Hi guys. We have first place. What? Yes. You know what? It says go on, have fun. It says that you started to work on yourself. Somebody was not making sense, and they were just really troubling you, and they were not putting you first. And you have already dealt with someone like this, and you know what you want. And they started to become very selfish really quickly. They were very intense with their forthcoming, like they became ruthless. Like somebody could also be going through a phase currently where they actually are just now starting to become affected. It's hitting them now that, like they say that about 4 months or so after the breakup, if you're the one who was trying to beg and plead during the whole time and you felt like nobody was listening to you or cared, they say that it takes a good 3-4 months sometimes for that one person that wasn't showing anything, nothing. They have to have about that 4 months later out to feel the way that you were feeling, and you just won't feel it at the same time. And so the person that wasn't responding in the way that the other one was hoping and begging and pleading, the reason why the other one left, now you're starting to see what they were meaning. And you're seeing this because, for some of you guys, other people in your friends group and your family took your side originally because they're family and friends. And the way that you talked about the reason for the breakup, excuse me, had everybody just feeling in shock, because just like with what you've been doing on here, and as of, earlier this whole last season or two, pretty much like the last 2-3 seasons, you've been really just kind of going through this whole party phase. You could have just really been keeping yourself numb, and things are wearing off. It's not working anymore. And on top of that, for some of you guys, things have actually started to fall into place for your brother person. So they're already like all this much time advanced state, because you have to think you were struggling with immaturity, or they were struggling with accountability. They didn't even maybe see that they were wrong. One of the two, like there was just one person was definitely trying to work things out, and the other one was being very childish. Okay, and so you have a little bit more to process, and it could be feeling, quite a bit heavier than a normal breakup, because you lied a little bit and you said things like about this person, like they were so bad that they fucked you over. You had to, you basically were like, you made it sound like you were a perfect person and you worked so hard, and basically this person was a fucking total piece of shit slut. And for some of you guys, you could have even kicked this person out. Get the fuck out, bitch. Go fucking, And so this person had to be somebody that had to go find everything. And that was one thing that made people begin to have empathy. They couldn't believe you would put somebody out there on the streets with your own children or something. So they had to go back home. And that was when they had the opportunity to, I don't know that they really told the story voluntarily. The person seems like they have a very quiet energy, and unless asked and trust that person, they wouldn't even have mentioned anything negative about you. They wanted you and they loved you. The reason for this person even reaching out to another person, if that was the case, was because you're not even into this person. You don't care about what this person wanted, and I'm not trying to be rude, but like basically they didn't feel loved. They didn't feel heard. They didn't feel wanted. And you didn't. You ignored this person. You thought this person was quite boring. And basically you're coming up as somebody who totally missed the entire fucking point of love. It was all about you being taken care of, and your needs and what your schedule was. And on top of that, this person had kids, and they did everything for you, and family. And it just continued that way. And you became angry when things weren't up to par your style, and they still did the best, but you started to get a little too comfortable being me. For some of you, your person was very beautiful naturally, and that's what you're seeing now, only more. Your person has a person in their life that says they're allowed to keep wearing makeup, and I picked that up earlier that you were witnessing a person. For some of you, fall in love with another person, or just be just beautiful. You see them smile, and it's this gorgeous energy, this light, and it's like you are seeing somebody that maybe you had and fell in love with in the first place, and you could be realizing that happiness and beauty wasn't going to make this person cheat. You find this person to be so beautiful, smiling, and in the same light that you were afraid of other people seeing. And so for some of you, you toned that down. You started to say, why are you going to do makeup today? While you over here were literally all dolled up, and you were all outgoing. And so everything that you accused your person of going to do, I have a feeling, honey, that you did. I feel like somebody went out and drank and partied it up, and their person stayed home a lot. And let's say they wanted to go and do something, you would have actually given them a little bit of a harsh reaction. And that harsh reaction came from the fear of what happens at your outings, of your actions, possibly. Maybe, and I definitely do think that you told a story about cheating or infidelity. And the reason why it bothers you to the degree that it does for some of you guys is because you cheated too. And actually, although you feel anger, and you might even have forgotten or even just brainwashed yourself and told yourself truly, they cheated. They cheated. They fucking stupid bitch cheated. And so you just weren't able to humble and just be accountable for yourself and say, okay, so they cheated, okay. They cheated. So there's 4 parts to this. The first section of the brain, because there's 4. You're stuck there. It's like you're on repeat. Cheated. It's like it keeps going for you like a skip CD. And you never got past or even went before, so you just kind of kept, you were shocked. You were shocked, but a lot of that is also it's like you're bringing, self-reflection, but I do see 2 of Pentacles, so there was a lot of ups and downs between your guys' relationship, and that's what they needed. They needed to talk to you. They needed a friend. They needed their lover. They needed to be held. They ended up turning to somebody else. They could have went to the court. I see the Hierophant here. But it began to even take another turn for some of you guys in direction. Somebody was spending money, a lot of it, and that could have been you. You're the money spender. You were partying. That's what I said. You were out just doing your thing. Next thing you know, you were juggling money. And so some of you guys have your anger and all these outbursts that you have is actually in regards to a lot of different things. It's not really in the moment that you're living, and so you don't mention that. Basically, you're just moody, and people can just, they don't really know how to, it would be hard to tell for you what the fuck you mad about. Because this right here happened how long ago? And so for some of you guys, it takes you a year or more to have realizations. And so, and you also don't like to be vulnerable. You don't like to be wrong. And so you're working through all these emotions. And this is good for you. I don't think that you're going to get this person back, sweetheart. I do have to say. I feel like there was a sense of energy on somebody's drive home from work where they could not stop thinking about their baby mom or baby daddy. I feel like you guys had a moment where you saw each other, you at least observed them, and they looked beautiful to you. They looked beautiful. And you know what bothers you a lot too? Is that things didn't really just go, I guess, the way that your person seems happier. And they are being well supported and well loved. You could be feeling a little bit of, you don't like this, you really want to be liked. You're a little bit of a fucking attention fucking whore. You don't like people looking at your person, but you like the way they look. And you see that also the family and their family and everybody was like getting together, and it was like that feeling again. And And because you have always loved that, it resonated in your heart deep. And you missed it. And you had a moment in your mind where you're not a part of it now. Here's everybody down here living a life that appears to be almost happier. Are you happier? Baby, they are. I'm sorry, but I have to tell you the truth, because if you want to become happier, you have to stop actually realizing things like, are you happier? And then it's like, I am happier. Well, fuck you. You know what I mean? You don't, when you hear an answer that hurts your heart, and that's anything that you only are one of those people that ask a question and you already know the answer. And so anything other than what you already prepared to hear, you start getting an attitude, baby. You're kind of a little bit of a spoiled little brat. You're like Angelica and a dude. And so this person was actually very, very patient with you, sweetheart. I don't think you're going to get better than this person. But I have to tell you, you're more of the karmic relationship. And they were not a karmic. You are the karmic, sweetheart, and you were supposed to learn a lesson. They taught it to you too, or you taught yourself by kicking this person out and actually withholding yourself. Some of you guys threw little fits, and you didn't text back. And I'm telling you, this person wanted to talk about it. You slammed the doors in her face. You stopped letting her dress nice because you thought that fucking somebody was going to see it, and so she did all that too. But then you even held it against her, and you thought she wasn't attractive. Some of them started wearing sweats, and their hair wasn't really like curled and done, but you could throw a fit and say that they're going to do something. So boys do that all the time. My brother did it with his fucking wife. Straight fucking always talk shit, telling her, you don't need to fucking get your nails done, you don't need to fucking... He took her away to Red Bull. She was always in a great mood. She always wore these outfits, and she did her hair, and he literally managed to take away every single fucking thing she loved. And that's what you did too, baby. And this person, this new person, I gotta tell you, man, I don't know if they're together yet, but I feel like they're gonna be very true love, like both of them. Your lover was very, very, very strong, and God is blessing her with a break, and so that's not for her to come back to you. She will not want to, with respect, because the love that they have together, or will have, her new lover, it's what you're seeing all over her demeanor, or his demeanor. It's pure, relaxed love, and they actually have a really lot in common. And so you could have actually seen somebody, or their eyes light up, and whatever their lover did, you tried to do, and you're like, what the fuck? Why do you look like you're gonna go play the guitar, huh? You never played the guitar with me. That's because of this right here. You're the exact way. Oh, you're fucking me, no. How could it, babe? Stop. Everything you do is always backing up, and it's about you now. Oh, you're gonna fucking finally do it. Oh, well, what? Why do you wear makeup? Fucking no. It's always coming back to you, and it was because you were trying to manipulate and keep a person there for a couple of reasons. Because some of you guys were afraid that they might give you what you were given, and you never did tell anybody about the truth. So you're eating up that. And people don't need you to tell them anymore. That could have been another issue, is that they actually started to see you were being so mean, and they didn't see that as the case. I mean, I think a lot of your friends and family thought about it and say, you know what, honestly, you guys had a great run together, and I think that there was times that honestly you were rude in front of them, and so they don't need a reason. I mean, they've seen it. There was a lot of time you guys spent, but they love you both. And you're even throwing a fit for some of you guys about how the fact they love you both. They just want to be a part of the kids is in your life both, and yeah, they don't want to. Nobody else but you wants to fucking boot the other person for, you know, you want to boot them out of what the fuck they. No, that's not even how your culture is. Some of you guys do large events, and you're always together as a family. And so another thing is your friends and your family seeing the way that you come back and forth with this fucking asshole attitude. They also know that for whoever you are, you partying a lot. And you're talking shit too. So some of you guys actually you could get real like nasty and talk shit. And they don't act like that. And this person actually is very happy. And there's nobody in the whole group at all, except for you, bringing everybody down, and that hits you hard too. You feel like everybody's turning against you. And it's just that you're just starting to shed all those extra fucking numbing and blocking out layers, and you can't help but feel the truth. And so we'll get to working through that. And honestly, you're making progress. It's not going to be an easy chapter, but you do have to admit your ex deserves true love, and you should be happy for her. She loved you too, but you're kind of a meanie.